Top 5 animals whose superpowers shock scientists. Do you think superheroes only exist in comics? Think again. Right now, on our planet, there are creatures with such incredible abilities that even the boldest fantasies of Marvel screenwriters would seem like child's play. Scientists have been racking their brains for years, trying to understand how these animals violate all the laws of biology. Today we'll dive into the world of nature's real superheroes, and believe me, what you're about to learn will transform your understanding of what living beings are capable of. 5th place, tardigrade, an immortal creature the size of a dot. Let's start with a creature that literally laughs in the face of death. Meet the tardigrade, or water bear. This microscopic animal, just half a millimeter in size, looks like a tiny 8-legged bear under a microscope. But don't let its cute appearance fool you, this is the most indestructible creature on Earth. Imagine this, a tardigrade can be frozen to -272 degrees Celsius, practically absolute zero, the temperature of the cosmic void. It can be heated to 150 degrees, boiled alive, and it will survive. It can be placed in the vacuum of space, subjected to radiation 1,000 times the lethal dose for humans, deprived of water for decades, and what do you think? It simply enters a state of suspended animation and then resurrects as if nothing happened. NASA scientists even sent tardigrades into open space for 10 days. These little ones survived solar radiation, cosmic cold, and vacuum, then calmly returned to life on Earth and even reproduced. How do they do it? When extreme conditions arise, the tardigrade enters a state of cryptobiosis. It completely stops its metabolism, retracts its 8 legs inside its body, transforming into a dry barrel, and can remain in this state for more than 30 years. Its body triggers the synthesis of unique proteins that literally turn its insides into glass, protecting DNA from destruction. Researchers from the University of Tokyo discovered that tardigrades have a special protein that coats DNA and protects it from radiation. Scientists are already trying to use this knowledge to protect astronauts on long space flights and even to fight aging in humans. 4th place, gecko, master of anti-gravity. Now imagine a superhero who can run on walls and ceilings without using any equipment. Meet the gecko, a lizard that mocks gravity before physicists' eyes. A gecko can support 40 kilograms on a vertical glass surface with just 1 foot. Moreover, it can detach from the surface in milliseconds and take 15 steps per second, literally running across the ceiling upside down. How is this even possible? The secret is in the feet. Each gecko foot has about 500,000 microscopic hairs called setae. Each hair is 10 times thinner than a human hair and branches into hundreds of even smaller structures, spatially only 200 nanometers in size. That's so small we're talking about the molecular level. When a gecko presses its foot against a surface, van der Waals forces arise between these spatulae and the wall, weak molecular interactions. Each individual bond is negligibly small, but when there are billions of them, the total force becomes colossal. It's like Velcro at the molecular level. But the most amazing thing isn't even that. The gecko can instantly turn this adhesion on and off simply by changing the angle of its toes. Scientists at Stanford spent years trying to recreate this technology. They've already created sticky gloves that allow a person to climb walls like Spider-Man. The military and NASA are investing millions in developing robots and equipment based on the gecko principle. Geckos also know how to drop their tail, which continues to writhe, distracting the predator while the lizard escapes. And yes, the tail grows back later. Wolverine can rest. 3rd place, sea cucumber, an animal that ejects its organs as a weapon. Now let's move on to something truly strange. Imagine a robber attacks you, and in response, you pull out part of your intestine and throw it at them. Sounds insane. For the sea cucumber, or holothurian, this is Wednesday. These inconspicuous creatures, resembling fat worms, live on the ocean floor and possess one of the most shocking defense systems in nature. When a holothurian senses a threat, it literally shoots its internal organs through its rear end. These organs, sticky, toxic, and incredibly clingy, entangle the predator in a sticky mass resembling living spaghetti. But that's not all. Some species of sea cucumbers eject so-called Cuvierian tubules, special organs that, upon contact with water, instantly elongate 20 times and become incredibly sticky and toxic. Imagine, a 5-centimeter tubule turns into a meter-long poisonous thread in fractions of a second. The predator gets tangled in this net while the holothurian calmly crawls away. And here's what truly amazes scientists: after such an attack, the sea cucumber simply grows all its lost organs back. A fully functional intestine, respiratory system, gonads, everything is restored within a few weeks. It's as if a human could sacrifice their liver and lungs and then grow them back. Researchers are studying holothurian regeneration mechanisms, hoping to apply this knowledge in regenerative medicine. Can you imagine if humans could restore damaged organs just as easily? It would be a revolution in medicine. But even that's not the limit. The sea cucumber can completely liquefy its tissues, turning into a puddle to squeeze through a narrow gap, then solidify again. They literally control the consistency of their body at the molecular level. Second place, shrew, a creature with a jet engine. Metabolism. Now meet an animal that lives on the edge of the physically impossible. The shrew is a tiny mammal the size of a thumb, but with a metabolism that makes scientists clutch their heads. This little one's heart beats at 1,200 beats per minute. For comparison, a human's is about 70. That's 20 beats per second. The shrew breathes 800 times per minute. Its metabolism is so fast that it must eat every 2 hours or die of hunger. In 24 hours, a shrew eats twice its own body weight. Its body temperature is 39 degrees Celsius, it's literally burning from the inside. The energy this creature consumes per kilogram of its weight would be enough for a human to run a marathon daily. But the most incredible thing is its nervous system. The shrew's reflexes are so fast that it can catch an insect in flight, making a strike in 0.3 seconds. That's faster than a human eye blink. Scientists have established that the shrew's neurons transmit signals at incredible speed, making it one of the fastest reacting animals on the planet. And here's what's shocking: in winter, when food is scarce, some shrew species can shrink their brain. Yes, you heard that right. Their skull compresses, the brain decreases by 20%, and in spring it recovers again. This phenomenon is called Denel's phenomenon, and scientists still can't fully understand how an animal can compress and expand its brain while maintaining all functions and memory. Shrews also produce venomous saliva that paralyzes prey. This is one of the few venomous mammals on the planet. The venom contains neurotoxins similar to snake venom, allowing the shrew to create living preserves. It paralyzes worms and hides them in its burrow to eat later. First place, axolotl, a creature that defeats death and aging. And finally, our winner, a creature that practically possesses immortality and makes scientists worldwide work around the clock trying to unravel its secrets. Meet the axolotl, a Mexican salamander that looks like a smiling pink dragon with a feathery crown. The axolotl possesses the most phenomenal regeneration abilities among all vertebrates on the planet. Lost a leg? It will grow back in a few weeks, and completely, with bones, muscles, nerves, and even with the correct arrangement of toes. Spinal cord damage? It will recover. Removed part of the brain? A new one will grow. Damaged an eye? A functional new eye will grow back with retina, lens, and optic nerve. But that's only the beginning. The axolotl can regenerate the same limb up to 50 times without scarring. It can regrow its jaw, parts of its heart, lungs, and ovaries. Scientists have even transplanted organs from other individuals to axolotls, and they successfully integrated and functioned. Researchers from Dresden conducted an experiment. They amputated an axolotl's leg and observed how a blastema, a cluster of stem cells, formed at the wound site. These cells remember which organ needs to be restored and literally rewind their specialization, becoming universal, then transforming into the necessary tissues. It's as if a liver cell could return to an embryonic cell state and become, for example, a neuron. But the most astounding thing, axolotls don't age in the conventional sense. They possess amazing resistance to cancer. Their cells can divide indefinitely without accumulating damage. Scientists have sequenced the axolotl genome. It's one of the largest genomes studied by science, 10 times larger than the human genome. It contains genes responsible for regeneration and protection against aging. Institutes around the world are investing millions in studying the axolotl. If we can understand and reproduce its regeneration mechanisms, it will open the path to growing new organs for humans, treating spinal cord injuries, fighting neurodegenerative diseases, and possibly even slowing aging. The axolotl also possesses a unique ability. It remains in the larval stage throughout its life, which is called neoteny. But if certain conditions are created or hormones are introduced, it can transform into an adult salamander, completely changing its physiology. It's as if a tadpole decided to remain a tadpole forever but could become a frog if it wanted to. Nature created these superheroes over millions of years of evolution, and each of them is a living laboratory, full of secrets and solutions to humanity's most complex problems. And this is just 5 out of thousands of incredible creatures on our planet. Which of these animals impressed you the most? Write in the comments. And remember, the most amazing superheroes don't live on screens, but right here, on our planet.